Luke sat on the edge of the old wooden dock, the lake before him reflecting the fading hues of a setting sun. The chilly autumn air nipped at his skin, but he didn't move. He couldn't. His heart felt heavier than ever, burdened by questions he couldn't answer and a future he wasn't sure he wanted anymore. A week ago, his world had shifted in a way he never anticipated. His parents had announced they were getting a divorce. It wasn't sudden, not really. There had been arguments, silences, and cracks in the foundation of their family for years. But the finality of their words hit Luke like a wave, dragging him under and leaving him gasping for understanding. Why? That word had haunted him every night since. Why did this have to happen? Why couldn't they make it work? Why did it feel like the ground beneath him was crumbling? Luke reached down and picked up a small, smooth stone from the dock. He ran his fingers over its surface, contemplating its weight. With a sharp exhale, he hurled it into the water. The splash was small, insignificant, just like he felt. But then, something caught his eye. The ripples from the stone spread across the lake, growing wider and wider, touching everything in their path. Luke stared, mesmerized by the simple yet profound effect of one small action. His grandfather's words came back to him, unbidden but welcome. Everything happens for a reason, Luke. And that reason causes change. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it's hard, but in the end, it's all for the best. Luke had scoffed at the sentiment when he'd heard it a few years ago. How could anything painful or unfair be for the best? But sitting here now, watching the ripples on the water, something clicked. Change wasn't always bad. It was uncomfortable. Sure, sometimes it tore things apart, but it also created space for something new. For the first time in days, Luke let himself imagine what new could mean. He thought about how he wouldn't have to tiptoe around his parents' arguments anymore, how maybe they'd each be happier apart. Maybe he could spend more one-on-one time with his dad, something he hadn't had in years. Maybe his mom would finally smile again. Luke didn't have all the answers, and he knew there would be days when the hurt outweighed the hope. But as he watched the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in brilliant oranges and purples, he felt a tiny spark of something he hadn't felt in a while: peace. He stood up, brushing off his jeans, and turned back toward the house where his mom was waiting for him. He didn't know what the future held, but he knew he'd face it. Because sometimes, even when it hurt, change was exactly what he needed.